guys probably know this what if by what you can see. I haven't posted or uploaded anything from Monday and Tuesday. But it's okay, I'm gonna try to put this on Wednesday or today. So let's get started. So Naruto has been training, and he's been learning that there's more than just like a couple of people in the world with these powers. He heard of some fish guy, and fish people, all kinds of other people, costumes with powers, strange stuff. That's been popping up in the past century, I'll say. So not very long. So Naruto, I would say, is out after going to an area where coins are supposed to be, where the guy tells them where they are. A lot of people fight, but I would say through the years, Naruto is now 12 in the academy. He just gathered up 3 coins, which a group of people have figured out, and he would be targeted. He would be targeted by Gram, the bunny. She runs a group with the powers. Strange, but she's called that since she's an old lady, and she can turn into a bunny of sorts with large flappy ears. Humanoid bunny, really. And so he would be attacked by one of the members. The member charges towards him. She seems just to have some kind of stronger speed and all that. And he'll get whiffs of her legs, saying that they're not normal. They're like legs of a cheetah. And she'd be running towards him, trying to hit him. Naruto, in his first form, would be able to dodge her quite easily. As she sees that he's much faster than her, she would just try to, like, kick him in the throat to crush his windpipe. As Naruto would literally try to kick him, as he would leave some hand signs saying stone body. As he would spin, using his tail to whack her. This jutsu that he learned is an earth style, which it applies that he can make his body as hard as stone. If it's even stronger, it'll feel like it's iron or something. But she would be smacked into a wall, and Naruto would pick her up. So he would bring him to interrogator of sorts in his home. She would wake up, he would start asking questions, and she would try not to answer. Would try to fight to get up, but Naruto tells her it's no use, since your leg's injured from kicking me, pointing at her leg that seems to be broken. So, I could help you, or I could just break your other leg. Just tell me who sent you here. And she would tell him the name of the person. And he would say okay, telling her that she would stay here till she heals then. Saying, do you know where the next area is? And she would say that it's right next to where their hideout are, on the edge of fire country. Well, the land of fire. So Naruto would head there. I would say a couple weeks. Why did I say a couple weeks? But I would say 3 days before it, because I'm pretty sure to go to the village hidden in the stone, or was it sand? Gar's village. They said it was 3 days, right? If they're running at full top speed and they're not taking rest or anything. I was saying Naruto's just trying to go there casually, still running during the day but sleeping. He'd get there and try to confront these people, as he would be faced against this guy that seems to be able to change his figure. Like, he can stretch out his arms and fling them around, and a girl that can turn his arms into metal. At first, the guy's just swinging his arms, and Naruto can dodge it, but whenever he goes up and punches the girl in the stomach to make sure that he can't turn his arms to iron where he can harm him, he would freak out and rage, you could say, and use his arms to transform them into a giant one. Like Luffy's, but more like the, Choji's family type of jutsu is what he has. And he'd start swinging his fist on him, which Naruto could not handle. To be thrown back, and somebody would save him. And the person that does this would grab him and throw his head to the ground. So he would speak, addressing the leader, and he would tell her that we'll see you in a month, since this kid does have some talent, according to that snake. And I just want to see how much. So I'll be taking him. And so they try to stop him, but he would just turn towards them and growl, which would make them scared. This man would leave. Naruto would wake up, and the man would introduce himself. Naruto sees that he's a wolf, just like him, but he's not in like a half form, he's like in a full beast form. So he's much taller than him, and very big. So he would talk to him, and he asked him questions about his transformations, saying, the snake, did he give you a scroll like me? And Naruto would say yes, pulling it out. So he would read it, as he sees, so you have 2 extra forms. So you'd ask, or 1 extra form. And 1 form comes before this. So he would pull out his scroll, showing how his transformation goes from the human to part human, part beast. But like full beast mode that he's in right now, and then the wolf. Instead of how Naruto's wolf comes before his beast. If you guys can follow that. And he would explain to him that he'll be training him from here on. And that the snake says that you're pretty strong for a kid, so we'll see that. He would ask how many coins that you have. Naruto would say 3. He asked why. He would say, oh, of course, one of the snake's abilities is time manipulation. It's not really like he can stop time or anything, but he can significantly slow it down. Suddenly a month becomes a year, suddenly a day becomes a couple weeks. And that's his ability. And it would cost 1 coin per year. So, do you want to use one? Of course, only a certain amount of people can be in this time space. So, I'll accompany you. As he would go up to the snake in one of the machines. As he would explain the conditions, explain how you do not age. You can take and move objects with you, and you will still keep them. Any injuries stay in this world you still have, but wherever you're standing right now, if you walk across the world, you would be put back to the spot. And say whenever you want to use it, activate this. Throwing him a button. And that you have to be touching the person that you want to keep with. Max is 5. Ms. Naruto would say okay. And would use it. Touching the guy that showed him this. And the snake. Just in case, because he gave him the power. So they'd be in this world. Naruto train. Naruto will get some more knowledge of the people around this area, since it seems like many of the other people do not even use chakra like ninjas do. They mostly just rely on their abilities. And the man would say that's right, but some people who are ninjas and wanted power gave up their source of power, which was chakra. Some of them are civilians, or used to be civilians, and they were never able to learn how to use it. And they think because this is some kind of almighty power, and it automatically gives it to them. So many of them don't like to train it. What do you ask? He would say, as he says, can you use jutsus? And he would say no. So that gives me an edge as he clenches his fist, standing up if they are just training. So he would perform jutsu, saying stone body, and would say let's go, as they both would fight. And Naruto would train for this year time, seeing how people can move whenever they're in this space, but they just move very slowly. A couple weeks, somebody went through a whole day in their life. So, I'll say Naruto now has the ability to go into his second form, the full body wolf. And he has improved on jutsus by taking scrolls from anywhere he can whenever they were traveling back to Konoha, where they were. And they used this to get scrolls and learn it. Naruto at least. He'd also take this time to find coins, which many people use to find more coins, since they would sacrifice one coin to find several coins in a year. But most of the time, the snake lowballed them on their wishes because they used a loophole. And so, I would say Naruto would use some of his wishes on, you could say, gear and other abilities. I would say mostly knowledge, sacrificing some of them for knowledge. And one of them were predictions and sensory abilities. So, it was used to pretty much predict somebody's movements by using all 5 senses. And this was used for normal people, even though they have chakra. But with Naruto's heightened senses, he can kind of perfect it. He also learned how to use take the ceiling jutsus that can create barriers on will, allowing him to, you could say, put up a shield to block attacks in an instant. And so yeah. So when the year is up, he would come back. He has a different clothes on. You could take it as you could say ragged clothes and a cloak with a skull on it from some kind of weird something carved out of stone. And Naruto would have some kind of skull on his back now that he got through a wish. So they would be walking back to the lady. She asked, "So you're done?" So we get to kill the kid. The guy that said that he first fought with. And he'd say, "Yeah, go ahead." The guy would instantly go in full giant fist mode and start swinging, which he would see as Naruto would meet his fists, throwing his own punches. So he's much stronger in physical strength wise. And then he would cock back his fist as the man tries to throw even giant fists. He would charge up chakra into it, then perform hand signs with one hand, which he would cover his fist and win as he would throw it. This is a wind style. You could say Iron Fist. It's pretty much how Tsunade charges chakra into a fist to make it really strong. But Naruto seems can't do that quite as well as her. So he developed his own way to use it by mixing, you could say, elements with it, which would create a gust of wind, sort of. Kind of like One For All and All Might, but not as big. But it would be enough to throw off his fist. Naruto would speed up to him as he would throw his elbow into this guy's gut, then come behind him, flashing behind him, throwing a palm into his back, and then knee in his face all at the same time, as quickly as possible. So all of them can see that he's much stronger, and they assume that he used like the loophole of using stop time or slow down time. And so the rest of them would charge at him, swinging swords, or using, if they're beast-like abilities, claws, and throwing like long-range abilities like water at him, which Naruto would just use his hands to break the swords, kick them away, throw people up close in front of other people's attacks. And he would quickly dismantle all of them, coming up to the big boss. As she would be, you could say, cowering, since all of her, like, people were just taken down. He looked towards the man, which his type of fox, he would be a black fox, completely blacked out. And he would say that his name was Blue. So she would call out to him, asking if he can help her, forgive her, to stop him, offering up over coins, which would be quite a bit, but not enough. And Naruto would put it in his hand, as he would perform a fire style. This fire style was made just like his Lycan, close-up battles, which was made to throw fiery fists. Kind of how Might Guy did with punches, but these ones are more of like extreme heats, like cut through something, and he would melt them as he would leave, kicking her into the air, saying goodbye. And so it would start. This was kind of just a filler episode just to put something out because I didn't really want to get into the actual story yet. This was just to put a boost on Naruto and unlock some of his abilities. Or unlock his second form. So yeah, this was all done in his first form, just to explain that. And so, goodbye. If this episode sucked, get ahead and put a dislike, delete my channel, it's okay, goodbye.